Time to get the greens in for the fall and winter garden. But first, I have some goji berries to pick. So this is my most productive bush, and look at that branch. It's just laid and it's bending down with the weight of all these berries. And you can see there are still green ones coming. I mean, look at them all. Look at them all. I guess fall is a more productive time for mature goji berries. Benjamin's running around inside with Daddy in case you hear that yelling. But look at this one. All the green berries I'm about to have. So let's pick those and then get going on our planting. This doesn't look like much, but it's really the most I've ever harvested at one time. I don't know if you can see the ants that have gotten to them. I'm going to go in right quick and rinse them off, and then come out and we'll start dealing with our bed. So two things before we get started on getting the bed ready, measuring everything out. First of all, you might be wondering what I do with the goji berries. I just put them in our afternoon smoothie. I don't try to dry them or freeze them or anything. Just whatever I pick that day goes into the afternoon smoothie. That's it. Because obviously I don't pick that many at one time. And it's drizzling again. I hope I can dare to keep my camera out here. Yeah, so that was the other thing I was going to tell y'all. Is that right now it's the second day after we got home from the Science Museum, if you saw that video. And we ended up with a total of a little over 8 inches of rain. My friend in Plano in North Texas, she told me they got 11 inches. And they had flooding, 11 inches. Yeah, so today is a perfect day for transplanting. Cloudy, cool, it's in the 60s. I can't believe it's fall already. I shouldn't say that. I can't believe it's fall, but it's just like, whoa. Seems like it always seems like it comes really fast. So here's the one bed we have all finished because we filled it up with potting mix. It's already got weeds growing in it. I don't know where they're coming. Like, how could it already have weeds growing in it? Because these are native weeds from around here. It's not like they were in the potting mix, you know. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is take my handy-dandy ruler. Look, it even has my name on it. My mom gave it to me when I was, like, in high school, I think, see? Emily's ruler. This is a 10 by 3 foot bed, so I'm going to divide it into 30 square feet. That's what I'm going to be doing first. I'm just going to be measuring and then making lines with the ruler, and then I'm going to start getting stuff planted out. Like that. So there's the grid. Of course, it's not going to last because, you know, if it rains really hard, all those lines will disappear. But it's good enough for today. I'm not going to fill it all in today. And the reason is that my mache or corn lettuce, those seeds haven't germinated. They may not be viable anymore. They do take a long time to germinate. But I may have to buy some more mache seed and try planting them next month. Which next month is coming up. I need to hurry up if I want to see those grow. But anyway, yeah, usually in the fall and winter I will actually have 2 beds, but this is right now the one bed that I have completely empty. Probably later, well, I know later I'll plant spinach in, you know, one or both of the beds that currently have the tomatoes and peppers. And starting with next year, I'll plant more of the other greens, like more celery, more kale, and stuff like that. But what I'm growing this year is going to be a good bit anyway. So let me stop talking and go get the seedlings and let's get started growing. Or I should say planting. So these are all my little pots with the mache seeds in them. Nothing. nothing. This was a Chinese cabbage. I even replanted those seeds and still, I put a bunch in there and still nothing. The Chinese cabbage seeds are no longer viable. I'm going to, from now on, I'm keeping seeds in the cooler instead of the freezer because the freezer causes problems. But I want to show you what I set up. I was talking about in an earlier vlog I did, I talked about doing an indoor garden. I'm not going to do an indoor garden for summer stuff, I decided. If we want to travel somewhere in the summer, I will either not plant anything or I'll just leave them to nature's whim, and, you know, maybe they'll dry up and dry while we're gone, I don't know. But I did go ahead and I bought a bunch more, 8 more of these red and blue LED lights. 2 come in it. You can buy, it's cheaper to buy the deal where they have 2. They send you 2 of them. And so I have 2 on each of 4 shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use them for starting seedlings like I have here. And I'm also going to be using them to grow microgreens, micro broccoli and micro kale, so I can get harvest of those more quickly. So these are all of what I'm going to be planning out today. Alright, I don't want to set up my tripod out here, so I'm just going to show you what I've got. I've got a bunch of dinosaur kale and dazzling blue kale, and these are new seeds. This is why they came up. They all came up. Bok choy. I'm glad those seeds are still viable. I'm not going to... probably the extra of these I'm going to stick in with like where I pulled out the yellow pear tomatoes. I don't know, I might do that because you know how I hate to waste plants. But I actually underestimated how many pots I would need, and I was hoping to have 2 lettuce per pots, but most of them only 2 came up here right next to each other. Oh well, we'll just see how many lettuce I end up with. I'm still going to grow some more lettuce inside this winter, so it's all good. So I'm going to get those over here, and then I'll show you what I've done when I'm finished. Alright, so I ended up planting all the kale that there was. I said to myself, you know what, I don't have any mache right now, and about half of the lettuce, it was only about half of the lettuce that I wanted to germinated. So I said to myself, you know what, you've got room in this bed now. Plant everything you want in this bed, and the other things that may or may not come up later, I hope they do, but like the celery, mache, I can plant them here, because by the time they're ready, I mean, we're already going to be in freezing temperatures, so the tomatoes will have gone bye-bye, and this basil will have gone bye-bye. So, yeah, and I expect this broccoli to keep going strong through the winter, by the way. But let's go on and talk about what I planted and how much. So the Jacinto or dinosaur kale, same kind of kale, Jacinto or dinosaur, you can plant 4 per square foot because they grow pretty thin. They don't spread. The plants don't spread. The leaves don't spread out. So 4 per square feet. And if you're watching this video, it's because most of these survived. I'm not going to upload this video if half of them have died, because let me tell you what, I have stressed them out by separating them. I mean, a lot of them were just right next to each other, and I did, you know, damage some roots. But, I mean, usually with the greens, they tolerate that and come back as long as you have some root when you plant them. But just FYI, if you see this video, I succeeded. I had success. But anyway, yeah, this is Jacinto or dinosaur kale, 4 per square feet. This is a new variety I haven't tried before, dazzling blue kale. And I didn't know if it grew as compact. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know if it grows as compact as the Jacinto kale. By the picture on the seed packet, it looks like maybe they spread out more. And I don't know if they get as big as the red Russian kale, which is over here. Red Russian kale, you need to plant 1 per square foot because it will take over. So I said, you know what, let's meet in the middle and plant 2 dazzling blue kale per square foot. So that's what I did. So I stuck this one in with the other 2 Jacinto kale because I had more room in that square. I didn't want to waste it. So this is all the dazzling blue down, all the way down to the end. And then come over here. This is baby bok choy. Baby bok choy is like spinach. It grows very compactly. I mean, they won't even be very tall. I mean, they'll be like that big when they're mature. So, and like I said, I'll be growing at least twice as many baby bok choy and at least twice as many Chinese cabbage next year when I have more beds. But Yeah, 9 per square foot on the baby bok choy. And again, I did separate some of these out. We'll see how they do. These are the 4 Chinese cabbage. I did actually end up with 4 of them because 2 grew in a pot. I did have to reseed them though because, like I said, those seeds aren't very viable. Yeah, the lettuce was disappointing. The lettuce seeds, usually I don't have much problem germinating lettuce. But anyway, I have 14. 14's good to go on. So now I've ended up with 4 extra square feet. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 down here at the end. And then all the rest of them I have 9 red Russian kale. So, and that's when I pulled up an extra one. But yeah, these are red Russian kale. So lots of kale. I'm excited because I've been wanting to have lots of kale to eat, homegrown kale. You can't buy kale in our local town. They don't provide it. They don't even have fresh spinach. So yeah, if I want to eat it and I want it fresh, I mean, it's always better from your garden anyway because the stuff they sell in the store is big and mature and it's tough and it's more bitter than what you can pick out of your own garden. So it's always better to grow kale if you can anyway than buy it from a store. But there you go. That's my garden. I'm going to, how about I close the hoop house. Yeah, it's kind of a hoop house. How about I close the mini hoop house and we'll see what everything looks like. All protected from the hungry grasshoppers. There it is. There they are. Yay. Gonna have lots of greens this winter. I'm excited. Before I wrap up this video, I want to show you one more thing. Yes, this is the melon in the pot. Those 2 melons I thought I was going to have, they started rotting when they were carpet side. Whoa, look at all the flies. But the sides that were against the carpet started to rot. They were no good by the time, and they hadn't even started to turn orange yet. So I've got lots of somethings nibbling on them. But anyway, yeah, I need to get them out because they're rotting and obviously attracting flies. But that's what happened with these melons. The other melons, they don't seem to be rotting on the underside. Their undersides are mostly on the cardboard though. So I'm thinking I will have a bunch of melons from this plant. We shall see. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up and share it. I'll see you for the next one. In the meantime, take care and be well.